highly hypocritical of them to come and then be saying all these things. In fact, my favorite moment cry. Why I feel now simple question. O two for raising funds for cars now. Still the cat project now. How many of them have contributed? So now you see that you find a need to have a meeting because you are now in opposition. Other people are smart now, so all those hypocritical.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel from Tech, for also joining the conversation this morning. It's 48 after 8. Obapa Fali is joining us from Tafo. Good morning.
Good morning, Afa.
Obaba from Tafo Medio, yes.
Mijidi se ohuye fa.
Yamia do me ho yana so.
E do ba dia se. Afa. Ene patawo any the program to see misun pa. Ha. Kese da mo fo si. Afa me busa se fire phone be dum jane wie e omo fa resource bia ma se we na di we ejan bae.
Jomon fa ma yanza.
Eno mo manya wa omo famra. Ni enhwe di enti a edi jane bae. Hwe be esab ejai toye. Se na niamasi ari choku wo ho. Nti panimu bie ni wa what na say asese ahwese gai hwe di aye. Bibia betimi asi so na asi no. Nti say die na mpanyimfo ka fa ho. MP o mama ferry pa. Nti sambo sa issue we nyina mo this we did we nyina manka. What na sia ko opposition awie. Afei na mo ka say na what oh man nya de mo ne Ghana fo ani ni ye. Shebebi mato niema ka kwan mi kokromu a mitimi hwe sa nti mitimi ka se nti de ebedi nti entru anwumre na nyina wu a mfa so be na wo so.
Okay.
Afa ka se fire service for ne se omunye wa no mfa de nti e magya no talk onomo no e metu dwa na yehu.
Thank you very much, Obapa, for joining us from Tafo this morning. This morning we've gotten someone from Bibiani. Daniel was spoken to Emmanuel from Tech, and then we have spoken to Obapa from Tafo. Where are you? Let's hear from you. Good morning.
Good morning, Alpha.
Yes. Tell me your name and where you're calling me from, so.
I'm Michelle from Obuakwa.
Your name again?
Michelle from Obuakwa.
Michelle from Obuakwa. Let's say.
Michelle, sorry, Alpha. The issue this morning, from last week in Ankoma, on the Gustu, we tried in Komori up to almost 1 month. No, say, ending in our and they say, like, over corner. Now, the same construction, and I say, like, in Patano, Mobo, and also this chaos in the same, I don't know, man. Understand? Because they're testing and just I get it. So, because marketing now, how I if I hear marketing commercial and see there's an problem in the woman has one plan. No one tunnel. What in the marketing ma, no one tunnel. So I say, yeah, the ability of to restore to 20 more plans one and then you pay the you. So I say, and authority no so no, telephone and other person no so no. Omo nya position we are, o relax. No matter omo fa the cost. Yamaya mu bia go mu ni say and on I toy in my giant after. So I can't remember Bantama. Or 2 foot in any sea Bantama market to say, 2 months to Bantama, and Marco different market. The new is a man, that's not any promotion go around. If you could be a cool, that's what I believe you almost on my a military says on banana, no my call. I asked for the oh no man is almost Jim Branca Super Ghanaian Nimras.
Okay.
But in Jimras, you could not Ghana happen. I didn't know yet, but here, I tell you, with that, I say, after the found I mindset, yes, I am why.
Thank you very much, Michelle from Abuakwa. Let's speak to this other caller here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Mr. Jimmy Dio.
On the bed, my bedroom park also pay me free. I won't say. No, Papa said, Ope, I didn't make Janice here. Papa, maybe they might do son of Janice here, a patanisi, and Lydia.
But your name so far.
Papa, a hot mudia, rule like that. I will buy your mudia man, what they are no idea. The hot woman, yes, I know one.
But Mr. Judy, tell me, radio's in there because some information in by answer.
Papa, Papa, what you want in a Pamua, won't go. A man, a poor man. Oh, man, got a count, and I last because I NDC MPP politics, and I might intimate clear on. Say, I mean, no, Papa say, MPP, Kwakuba, about Super, or Bobu, and a Munkone, I don't obey you, no. I got Lucy call Mulusu, a Quebec, and I'm about you know, yes, I was let the answers was up a sofa to with the
maybe if you can hear me, please reposition yourself. Your network is not stable at all. You're still listening to the Orange Sunrise here on Orange 107.9. Good morning.
Morning, Alpha.
Yes, your name and where you're calling me from?
Alpha, Unia, Upstairs in Kasafi Tunnels. Alpha, do you tell me her? We said you're the former of stubborn and all that, but my main child again, what do we have? What's a Segulinda? Sinyamia Amphasi, not similar, you see blue light and you see a Segulina, the same thing you be. Most of your markets are being to the same thing. Taco market, Oko Honoma, how Messiah carded said, if something should happen at the middle of the market, a very disastrous. You begin to wonder, and you ask yourself, say, these markets now are building hydrants and you be call her. Still now, do we see a bit should what that is said the circle the NIC. Young Conco, Penna, who video view, yes, it's a Techima as a Kofuri the other. OBSC a store up flat hydrants. They had to dig.
There's a video, no, there's almost a teaching one.
Yes, a Techima, thank you for correcting me. At this year to what plaster Taisa Taliso. So, it's a woman said to my Mufone dear, Sabi, you suban into near them, Abatua say, attend the phone the dear, son from running, say, a son yanya de pa, Yanko ye dim. And to yent in Bremutima Mufona, or what to office now the comfort zone of Busimi, your Moji Pin, or Majuman Saint or Moji. We should ask them. We should begin to ask the people in charge of the institutions.
Okay.
I said, you blame politician. To say politician in your mind,
but that's it. Thank you very much for joining us. Let's listen to this voice note here.
Good morning, Alpha. Good morning, Orange Sunrise. Alpha, they only say, yeah, sometimes when we look at what is happening in Ashanti region now, you say some of the MPs are more relaxed and follow their stomach. If not, Ashanti region being the second largest region in the country, contributing much of our resources to this country, Ashanti region should be having most resources in this country. Say every market, major market, should have a fire station nearby, and that's the law. Until if the MPs go around sitting in parliament, not making this comment to demand for this, you understand? Let them know you should be aware and be working for Ashanti region and not working for themselves. Fred Ejekum, Mikasa Free Wager, Accra.
Fred Ejekum called us from Wager in Accra. Let's go to Asofia and speak with Musa. Musa, good morning.
How are you?
Talk to us. Volume no my feedback. Obiti ma firi okra mai na yetio yenza ndimi.
Hello?
Idio.
Ejano. Ajo mama be kasafa no. Masa. Enu ano no. Misi mazinye ye adwuma. Masa. Shop ben. On gas here we need yani. Masa, ya complaining. Masa jai gas no. Na kote yani bi. Masa da bi. O manage. Nti won we yani e shop ni. Na wadi bi. Na wasa di bi ewia. Masa, e kai ko fabre ye nya kakitwa. A shi workshop ni na. Gas ba.
So am so shi yo.
So magazine ya sana meeting.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Somebody what here? Yeah. No. Okay. Tana for do what you say. Almost the meaning. So, and the people going to me show one sana. Yes, no. And they are buying for fraba. So she said John Mama is to Yama. What my example as a good leader. Fine. And you know, came a fool, one fool, I did to me the show one son, P. Bra. Never when you came in the gas and enter. P. For any non Focrony officer for some. Brothers for some. Nothing within Tiro. No, he the echo. But no office war. What would be obey? That's all.
Thank you very much, Musa, for joining us this morning from Swame Magazine. It's exactly 9 o'clock. Good morning.
Good morning, Alpha.
Yes. Your name and where you're calling us from, sir?
Alpha, this is Prince calling from Kumasi, Tanoso.
Prince from Tanoso. Let's see.
Alpha, you be able to call there. Alpha, everything about this is education. Means I am education. Thank Ghana Water Company. It's a educate it's a baby more pipelines and it's a baby adequate fire hydrant to cry new way to some people now. Ghana Fire Service education. Obekonomi to office who moved there in Dim Komokwa. Once in a while, Mako Jum Honum, Mako Monema, on city. Thank a minister who you be only medical education about all these things and come a name of Kaina. Education. In anything will be beautiful for will be a medication. In the songs you see there.
Hello? Okay. That we've lost him on the line. Apologies for that. You can also come through. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Afa.
Yes. Kwame Brian.
Kwame Brian.
Yes, me too.
Afa, the American say, Masi MPC or Mukosi. Yes. Nansono, or Monsam no more canon being who say, and yet Machine or Morgan, and our central region or Morgan. Afa, interchange here with Masi for Bekaya. Only a former regional minister. Offer no interview. Amo ubisa say osisika ba ye de be ye ama ubisa say sika ni free hin na ba amo ka che say city engineer menim say okaya o free engineer no ma engineer anka say eye no pre say sika ba na mum onim ba bia sika ni free ama sa da no me frɛ o ka che say nsɛm no mo ka na enye no kre eno mo ko sia ye asansu bu ase ene so am MP we asansu bu ase say akufo ado kwaji sika ba ye na afa na kampese mu bisa ne say sika sen ye kwaji ba ye for this project na ye kwaji free hin da ba ye so fair to say so am MP kan for the international project but you need dedication fund biala fa interchange we ho we ya wo say blemu say aban no ye budget no well who say or the sikabi shame na one kasa kwa ube project no would be the function fan out the project na my into a certain region a dream no more I'm not here campaign send ben yanka what kasa almost we NGC in na okasa na kufu ado niema wa ye na Central region afu no mo hu say omo anya he enti we a mere politics bi na mo gimmick bi na mo person mo and the nipa nyam kwala bi mu enti so mo so mbet na se no ma ye party ni ya omo meka no kwe se de na kukufu person oka no na o se enye the right time ni omo ka no kan Central region omo ni no kan Central region.
Thank you very much, Kwame Brinya, for joining us from Swami this morning. So we are live here in Kumasi, wherever you go. Everybody's listening to Orange. So if you are here and you can listen to us, then you give us a call so we can hear you. Good morning.
Good morning, Alpha.
Jeff from DCM, so let's say.
Thank you. Alpha, MPP, MPs, no? Yes, sir, ma. Omonka. Oh, say, no, no man or Montimiano. Say, new administration yaba. No, see, or no, dear, Weber was the way in a year, intimate to us, way to us, no. Only also be in nephew or bet to us. Oh, and so acquire, say, dear, or may be no. This is MVP for more criticize it. So, and you person say a fain na mobile bet abeye bibia ma Ashanti region na stronghold na who said mo dwene wo ho ana. So MPP for president for our maba starting from ex-president excellency Kofo she inuma obae we nyina wo so wo ye social interventions ni ade nanso Ashanti region there ye huna de bia wo ye no ha hitful lie wodin sa ko kan enu gya ho she ayi go from jom wodin sa ko kan enu gya ho she gwanka import land onso wodin sa ko kan enu gya ho oh adwuma sin so ani akatua wo she na do so ba ya wono so say agenda why and or topiting horse and also a jaho. Swami entertain or then so one with jaho. And you won't have the papa biasa more ND before penny for no I am stronghold my yama Santi regional. And maybe a theatre a doomsday. Metesana and nipper be a kikabi be said, NDC for sabotage. Che, woman Casano, or more who ye.
Okay.
Because mama no or no na Ashanti region I knew being a sense so you or no Philipim na kuma mu no ye how say tiny pano be sorry no kase or sabotage sa region abra no you know be ye no say or ye bibi ama mo so manya no mugidi
okay
enti say no mo kan so mo blame bia mo fam blame wo man kasa nipa no mo so mo yom strong no a mo to abama wo mo
yeah that's it. Thank you very much Jeff for calling us from DCM so DCM cry wa infa Krofrom if you are going to airport roundabout area. Yeah, so you are still listening to the Orange Sunrise on Orange 107.9. It's 7 after 9. We can pick just 2 calls if they come through, and then we'll engage Ms. Ahmed. Ms. Ahmed this morning will largely talk to him about what happened the last time. They have had their fair share. This morning, if you monitored the report that Fatal gave us, he took us to 2023 when the fire gutted some shops. And he said that up till now, these shops have not been refurbished. We'll get the confirmation from Ms. Dame. And we'll also talk about insurance because it has come up. The markets we have and the shops we have, whether or not they are insured. Good morning.
Alpha.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Tell me your name and where you're calling me from.
Alpha, Rabbi Osei Christo, Abuakwa.
Osei Christo from Abuakwa, let's say.
Alpha, maybe problem pa your market. any cockage inside when they were any pass be I took from zone anymore now they throw out the second I think first floor any part you whole say ma too much. It is a social pass or say and at the end of the year no more who that is say the near future the way any PCB does so we entering creative problem be ama also bibin siana the regional ministers no mo ha na MPs no makwatra ba bi o mo discuss e ko no be fa so ma Ashanti region atumpo no o mo mani ko market square no mo nya mo siesie ho yi na should be mra because say market there wo Kumasi so mutini ye ni nyina ye special growth market yi I think Kuma is free kakra to the strong mo mani ko market square no mo nya my why that's it.
Zumindase, thank you very much. Say Christopher coming through. Let's speak to our last caller and then we'll wrap up on the phone in segment this morning. 0541022318. This morning we've decided not to talk about what Attorney General said yesterday because there are issues in Kumasi that we needed to deal with. Maybe subsequently we can deal with that. But yes, you can join us. But as we wait for your call, let me just remind you that we are still celebrating Ghana Month. And you can also do same by saving big when you purchase your goods at the Kumasi City Mall. All shops inside the Kumasi City Mall are giving you hoping discounts from 10% to 60% off on every item throughout the month, from fashion to electronics, all at unbeatable prices. So mark your calendar, bring your family, and don't miss out on the ultimate shopping experience at the Kumasi City Mall this March. Let's speak to our last caller here. Good morning.
Good morning, Alpha. This is Prince from Tano, so I lost the line first time.
Yes, let me hear you, sir.
But Alpha, maybe some whole question back with you. Say, fire hydrants and fire service when they're going to the Bank of Ghana to just to move to and think you be a question I was employing for Musumu who know. The dear could do home na focus on alcohol on the could be social baby and cannot can sit without any call to be amba. You must see a whole question. But that's that.
Let me read a message that has been posted on our Facebook page. It says that from Yao Kwenu. He says that, good morning, Alpha. My name is Yao Kwenu. I'm watching you live from Pan-African Savings and Loans, Tafo. The government must ban the use of gas cylinders in our markets and the sale of explosives in the market. It's painful seeing people's years of investment going down just like that. Greetings to the minister for his able leadership. Regards. Thank you very much, Yao Kwenu, for joining us this morning with your message. Izame, good morning.
Alpha, good morning.
First of all, let me take your initial comment on what happened on Friday. You were there?
Yeah, I was around.
Okay. So, what's your initial comment on what we saw?
What happened on Friday just takes my mind back to barely 2 years ago. I was around 4:18 when I was called, and I got there 4:22 p.m. And then seeing the fire start from one shop, and before you could say Jack, the whole place was in flames. I was in affairs all throughout until somewhere 11 p.m. before I left the market. So I just remember those times. And as at that time, the things that were going through my mind was, so all these people are having that same experience, which is very terrible.
Was that fire incident investigated?
However, the sad thing is that to date,
you don't have the report.
We do not know what really caused the fire.
That's a very sad situation.
Why? What measures have you put in place to prevent that particular thing from happening?
That's why investigation is important.
So at times I ask myself, what is fire service doing?
Is it that they
we sympathize with them
in some aspect.
But they are also making.
But you see, when the report is done, I'm not too sure they will bring it to you, the trader.
How far?
Maybe they will discuss it with management, or they will hand it to management.
This thing that people have been saying, authorities. I am the trader. I live my life in KJTR. I live my life in a doom. Whatever got bent does not belong to any authority.
You're right, but you see the market.
Alpha, hold on. It's whatever got bent does not belong to management except the structure. Whoever caused the problem, at the end of the day, we are at the receiving end of it.
So you're expecting.
There's nothing wrong with you calling us who are one of the major stakeholders there and tell us, listen, we've investigated. This is the cause of the fire. We did this and that and that. Going forward, we don't expect you to do this. You've been putting this here. Don't put this here again.
I think that maybe from what
What's so difficult in that?
From what I understand, it's just like it's akin to landlord-tenant relationship. If there is a fire incident that has gutted a house, a property, the property belongs to the landlord. I'm sure the fire report will be handed over to the landlord rather than the tenant, even though the tenant might have lost properties. So maybe that's but I don't know if you've checked.
However, then we need to move away from this thing about you give that document to only the landlord. For all you know, the landlord doesn't live in that house.
But is management in custody of this document?
You asked when they said they did not know.
It means they have not been given.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Well, that's very sad.
So for me, when I hear people saying the fire was caused by doom, so someone said they were cooking there, someone said they were doing this.
You will never
see. Alpha, when KHR fire happened, the former vice president came. He said, I hear some of you have been cooking here. You have to stop cooking. The same thing that was repeated by the current president.
Or is it that the Ghana Fire Service lack the expertise to identify the root?
I don't know.
Maybe
I don't
it's
know.
Difficult for them to do.
I don't know. Then we need to do more for fire service. Then we need to do more. Because you can't a major fire cannot happen. And to date, even those around that place, those still using that place, do not know what caused the fire. Until the recent fire that happened in KJTR, the last one that happened, where even right from there we realized, okay, the fire started from this shop, the person has been selling chemicals there, the heat and stuff, so two chemicals met and then sparked the fire.
Exploded.
Even that one to date, we do not have the fire report.
The technical report from
the one early this year that happened, we do not have the fire report. 2 years ago, we do not have the fire report.
Now, the other thing is, so we don't have the report. It means that we may not be able to pinpoint exactly.
But do you know what they normally say? The reason why we were not able to put off the fire is because congestion, because of this. What was the cause of the fire? Today we are talking about congestion. There's no access route. Okay, I'm putting this to the regional minister, the president, the fire service and stuff. What are they doing about Posego Lane? What are they doing about right opposite that place, right opposite PZ Blue Light? Those who sell watches down to where CBD Bank is.
Yeah.
What are they doing to them? Now, that particular place, what are they doing?
Let's stick with KJT. I'll come back to Blue Lights. Now, the portions that got bent.
Yes.
Yet still, they have not been refurbished.
Nothing.
I am a bit surprised.
Yes.
Why that is so? Because the property belongs to somebody.
When I say during the MPP's time era, KJT was an orphan, people think I'm too hard. I'm being too hard. Yes, we were orphans. We didn't have anybody who cared about us. However, if fire incident happened on the 15th of March 2023.
More than 2 years now.
Okay. You set up a committee. You set up a committee. They had to take traveling allowance. They had to take sitting allowance from the cost office of KCML. They finished their work, and to date, nobody knows what entails in that report. What was the cause? What were the recommendation?
Tax to do what?
Yes, tax to do the investigation. We went before the committee. Manager went before the committee. Contractor went before the committee. the board went before the committee. KMA went before the committee.
So they are putting together.
Affected traders went before the committee. Mm-hmm. What happened to it? So the sitting allowances, the travel allowances they paid, was in waste.
Now these shops that go bent, the people who used to occupy, where it means that's it for them.
They are scattered.
Okay.
So if they can't get a place to stay, they'll have to look for the next available place and stay and do business. See, when Blue Light was happening that very morning, when I moved from the house, the first thing that crossed my mind was that the next destination would be Kiyitia. Mm-hmm. So I called someone who was close to regional minister to tell him that in as much as we are thinking about how to quench that fire, quickly, authorities sit down that very day and start thinking. The next 2 weeks, these very people, knowing the nature of Kumasi and traders, they want to start business.
Yeah.
Where do they go?
We're told that some of them even wanted to start the next day.
Where do they go? The next available point here will be KJTR. So you have to sit down in the management of KJTR. Can we accommodate them, number one? If you can't, how many can we accommodate? If you cannot, how do we prevent people from forcing their way through? Because Alpha, if you leave it, I can promise you in the next 2 weeks, KJTR will be more congested than we are seeing it today, this morning. Mm-hmm. Because someone said, oh, you come, I'll give you some space. The person will take money, go and sit down there. Oh, you sit down here, sit down. Before you could say, Jack, KJTR have been choked. We are building the same problem that happened in Blue Light in KJTR.
Okay, now.
So it affects those 54 people. Today, where are they trading? You ask, where are they trading? But they will need to trade.
So they will occupy some space.
Exactly.
And that will lead to congestion of.
Sure.
I see. Now, the issue of insurance has also come up. As for that, I'm not too sure I don't know, but don't you think maybe KJTR is too risky for insurance companies?
Ava,
in that they will not.
I can see on authority that I tried insuring my shop in KJTR about a month and a half ago. Mm-hmm. I contacted 2 insurance companies. One was a company that started insuring KJTR, which is SIC. Mm-hmm. They told me to get back to me. Today, they've not gotten back to me. When I decided to talk to people behind the scenes, what I realized was that insurance companies are scared of even insuring personal shops in KJTR because the structure itself has no insurance. So it makes the liability too much. That's the problem we are facing now. Mm-hmm. I wanted to insure the goods in my shop. But I am ready to do that.
In 2025, to think that Ghana government has gone to secure a loan to build an edifice that's supposed to be the largest open
$298 million.
And we don't have existing.
There is no insurance.
Yes.
That's
very.
And nobody has been held responsible. Nobody has been asked questions. Why? What is the next step? What are the steps taken? Nobody cares.
It means that when something happens to KJTR, that's it, we've lost everything.
That's it, we've lost everything. It's the reason why when the fire happened on the 54 shops, there was no insurance, nothing available. So we lost it, just like that. But we invested $298 million into this project. Where at a point in time, for 15 months, management was taking insurance money from traders. 555,570 Ghana cedis every month from traders for 15 months. Yet, when the fire happened, we realized that money has not been used for the purpose for which it was used.
I want to believe
it was collected.
If an insurance company is to come on board to insure the market, part of the things they will do is to ensure that the market meets a certain standard.
Yes, the structure-wise, lanes, evacuation lanes and stuff are put in place.
They will ensure that.
But won't you be surprised that at times I see fire service go to a company, you don't have fire certificate, close down. I'm asking the fire service this question whenever you ask them in private. They feel no, when you go and do it, they'll say you are sabotaging government. Alpha, I trade in KETIA. I'm a trader in KETIA. I'm waiting for the day fire service will walk to KETIA and shut it down because KETIA has not got a fire certificate for the past 3-4 years. KETIA is not fire worthy. I asked the fire service when they wanted to do stimulation exercise last year, December. Why did they stop? Why didn't they do it?
Interesting. Let's go to blue light.
They wait for the fire to come and then.
Let's go to blue light. Maybe we will return to KGTR. What do you think? I don't want us to conjecture, but you know that place very well.
I know that place very well. Surprisingly, there are traders in KGTR who had shops there.
Okay.
One of my chairmen had shops in one of the story buildings.
Before this fire gutted the place, what were some of the activities that you witnessed, looked at, and felt that this is scary, this is risky? If care is not taken, something will happen. Did you witness any?
Oh yeah, I've been going there at times. I passed through that place when we were in the former Central Market. Yeah. Normally when you get down in front of Boss FM, you have to pass through that place. Then you get to the Central Market and stuff. The choke nature of the place was so scary. And you see, once the structures are put up, everybody wants to connect power.
That has always come up.
That's
what I've been told, that there's some small pool that if you see the number of connections on it.
Let me connect that to KETIA. When KETIA was built, and then we had the Brazilians managing it. Then we had this Ghanaian general manager, Mr. Olympia, around. When we entered into KETIA, we were told, you have no right to bring in any electrician to KETIA. You have no right to bring any welder to KETIA whatsoever. Plumber, no. No artisan should come to KETIA to do anything for you in your shop. If you have a problem, talk to management. If you finish, give me a reporter. I'll take you to KETIA right now. You see bypass connections.
Oh, bypasses.
Connections. You see cables,
illegal,
bare cables just passing through. Oh. So you are reverting back to the former Central Market. You are reverting back to blue light.
If you've seen it, management have seen it.
Oh, Alpha. Who says management is not aware? I'm there in a management member who say, I'm there in a management person who say that they are not aware of this, whether they've not been reported to. Recently, I was around the management office when people came from the PZ game. You should come and see. They've done some connection, and you should come and see what is happening. They're beginning to play a promo in front of the gate. You realize, okay, they've connected some cable from the back of the shops, and then they were overheating, and then it got bent. And the cable was laying on the ground. Then I told the guys, you shouldn't have even used this cable through the ground because people are overcrowded over there. They walk up. You should have even taken it through the top.
I don't like pressure. The more you put pressure on it, it can go haywire.
How far? The way things were being practiced at blue light, it's like that all over.
There's a lot of
even in the current KGTR that was built to move away from that, we are reverting the KGTR back to that stage.
Why do you think that is so?
It's because we are not enforcing the rules. We think of us, say, my uncle is a chief, my auntie is a queen mother, I belong to this political party, my uncle is this, my mother is that, my this is that. Alpha, if I've gone against the rules, take me through any punishment. It's a reason why when you walk to KETIA now. I remember when the 15 March issue happened and we were moving out wooden structures from the market. My wife had this plateau that she'd been hanging, this thing they've been putting on their hairs. Then she was saying, when you go to the top, people have not removed theirs. Why do you want me to remove mine? I said, I am promising you, if I come back to the market the following morning and I see that wooden structure here, I'll tell the management to lock up the place for 2 weeks. And I'll not give you a dime. Then people around say, but you belong to the leadership. Why wouldn't you solve? I don't belong. Yes, I belong to the leadership. But I don't belong to that school of thought that says, if this is wrong for all of us, because you're a leader, bend the rules. No. It is because we've been bending the rules for far too long and too much.
Yeah. So you had seen that the chaos nature of the blue light, because you've mentioned that a lot of shops were hooked on.
And that's what played out.
So there could be a lot
because the fire started from somewhere. We could have worked at it at that point. Luckily for us in KATIA 2 years ago, when the fire started in Toscam, you were like, okay, it was moving. So we looked for one of the lanes and we decided to cut off the fire from that point.
Talk to me also about this issue about the buildings that are coming up in Edum. Do you see that they include in these buildings exits, or let me say emergency exit, number one? Water, as for water hydrants, maybe that one is too sophisticated for them. But do you see anything like that? That if something happens?
Alpha, I am a trader. It's high time we begin to tell ourselves the hard truth. So where is leadership in this country? The building, the tall building that the fire was ravaging from the top, who approved the building to be there without fire fighting equipment? Why? Why will you do that? For how many years have that building been there? There have been successive mayors. This mayor comes and go. This party comes and go. What have they done about it? Regional ministers come and go. What have they done about it? Today we will come and say, okay, this happened and we couldn't fight. So you think those buildings, if they had firefighting equipment, firefighting gadgets attached to them, we could have started from somewhere.
Have you seen fire hydrants around?
I've not seen
them.
Apart from the fire hydrant I see in KJTIA, even the fire hydrant in KJTIA, we've allowed people. If I show you pictures in the evening when you get to KJTIA from 10 p.m. going, fire hydrants. We've loaded, we've packed things around that. It's so covered. So in that night, if anything happened and fire service is supposed to open the hydrant and fight the fire, they have to remove all those things before they go and fight the fire.
People usually think that the space is not being utilized. At the Hokwa.
At the Hokwa. It's serious. The Alpha. See, in as much as we think of making money, we should also think about the worst days that will come. I had to play voices this morning. The fact of the matter is that few years ago, if you have been told that where you are selling is a recipe for disaster, if anything happens, you will be in trouble. Your money will go. We are the first people to fight that person. Where do you want me to go and sit? Where do you want me to go and sell? Today? Okay, no problem. You sell. Today, everything is gone, just like that. Meanwhile, if they have moved you from that place, you could have still kept your money, your capital, and look for an alternative.
I think that for the major, because you see, the people who are building these major buildings at Edum and KJTIA environment, they have to necessarily include fire hydrants.
Alpha.
You can't. They have to.
See, it is the reason why I'm saying. See, we need bold leadership. We need leaders who say, "This is what is right. Come what may, this is what I want done." Other than that, I'm sorry. We are all of us are scratching the surface. I've given examples. A similar situation can be found at Posego Lane.
What is happening there?
That place is also choke as we are talking about blue light. So, right opposite blue light, the PZ, the watch area.
The same thing.
The same thing.
The regional minister said they were going to create some routes.
I understand they were supposed to do that this dawn. I'm not sure they've been able to do that. Because when they said I had traders around, Uber 2 years,
oh,
Alpha.
It's a calling.
Alpha. The fact of the matter is that if the thing is blue, let's all agree that it is blue. I remember when we were supposed to move from Central Bank to KT. I remember those times. It's the reason why till date people feel we gave them a raw deal. Because the women said they were not ready to move. They didn't trust government. We came in and said, no, let's move. Let them hurry up and finish the Central and we get back. They said, no, we have to move. We have to move. We have to move. And frankly speaking, some of them have been vindicated.
Let me read this message. It says that, good morning, Mr. Alpha. Witnessing the devastating fire at Kejetia Blue Light has left me deeply saddened for the affected traders. Investing millions of cedis into a business only to lose everything to flames overnight. It's a nightmare come true. The heartbreaking scenes of market women in tears and others collapsing in distress serve as a stark reminder of the importance of prioritizing safety precautions. This tragic incident is a wake-up call for both traders and the government to take proactive measures, including equipping the Ghana Fire Service with modern firefighting equipment to prevent such disasters in the future. Mr. Rubin has been preaching on this for a very long time. He has been vindicated, unfortunately though. Now I should add that. I'm just waiting for his take on this disaster when he joins you in the studio. Thank you, from Abdul. Well, you've heard him.
Alpha, let me give you one serious thing. I don't know, you know KO very well. It seems last year there was a road there just behind HM4 lorry terminal that was asphalted. The road was asphalted in the evening. By the following morning, go there today and go and see. It's been occupied by traders.
Okay.
So, God forbid, should any fire happen at this time, right now, where should the fire tender pass through?
There's no whole channel.
Where? I said they've occupied that place. If you are moving from KT heading to HM4, there's a road there. They've asphalted the road.
As for access at the CBD, is a nightmare, Ruby. I'm telling you, it's I wasn't surprised that the fire service complained about that for the 18th time.
However, we are talking about the fire tenders. Even if Confidential fire tender had wanted to move to the scene,
it will take a while.
Even
because Cafe is a bit
because going beyond the KTR runabout, just close to Children's Hospital, is another trouble. Then the next runabout.
That place.
When you say right now, say where should we take the people to? Yes, where should we take the people to? It's a legitimate question. What have you done over the years? I still do not get why from Sokobane down to Trede, the road has been done so well. There are buildings springing up every morning. When you stay on that road, you can count the number of residents who are moving from one place to their workplaces. Nobody has thought about. We need to get about 2-3 different lands and set up markets and set up lorry terminals there. Oh, every market should go into a lorry terminal.
I was saying it this morning. That's the way we plan ours.
I've been saying that if Atasumasu has been able to develop their market to the point where people from Dabai New Site, Dabai, and Yinem, around Santasi.
Do you know that we plant cities without lorry stations,
hospitals,
police
stations,
schools, fire stations.
We just forget about it.
When you see the quality of building is. The last time I was at Boba and someone was telling me that, do you know that there is no hospital at Boba? I was like, this huge, if you see the buildings.
But go and count that community. Let me tell you, you get about 5 to 10 churches in that community.
Oh yeah, and mosques, a lot of them.
And mosques.
Yeah, a lot.
We think religion is everything.
So people then, just like this place you've mentioned, all of them will come to the center.
I'm telling you, so those from Sokobane to Trede, it's a long route to Sokobane, Abu, Konkoli, down to Trede. Look at all those people. They all need to come to town to come and buy. Even from Sokobane down to Ahonjo, Atinga, they should tell me which market is there.
That place too, there's no.
Tell me, which market?
There's no market.
Yeah, where is it? To Ahonjo roundabout, where is it? In Shaiso, where is it? So all of them need to welcome to Edum, Ketia, Central Market. Take, apart from Tafo Market, where?
On this stretch to the roof room is
And as for Krofo, when you mention it, I feel like the NPP hates itself. Yes. Because I don't understand why President Kufuor, who comes from the NPP stock, should start a market. Okay. The NDC comes, they decide not to do anything about it. Then NPP comes to power for 8 years. They didn't do anything about it. And he left power again.
This thing we are talking about, imagine if, let's say, if authorities will not build, even business people, you can build lorry stations on the market and operate it and make profit.
Getting to the tail end of the NPP regime, they went to demolish Santasi Market. You go and see today. That place too has not been finished. So what all those trading there, what do you expect them to go to?
Yeah, because you have to. Because Kumasi and market is important everywhere, but it is very important in Kumasi.
Because
but I'm surprised that we don't.
The Kumasi person mostly it's by nature they are for trading. That's the Kumasi life.
How many markets, befitting markets can
our mothers, our grandmothers, our uncles, it is trading they started with. You take any Ashanti businessman who has made it and you trace their roots, they started with trading.
But we don't have the market. I don't know.
And then we come.
Our plan.
It's like we do not care about anything.
So I'm beginning to. So when they give the land for people to build, who are the people who say, okay, this place is for this. Let's do this here. We are supposed to have it too. That's why sometimes. And we allow the buildings the people to start operating their shops without even checking. Do you have this here? Do you have this here? Do you have that there? And now story buildings. Even sprinklers. When there's fire in some places, there will be serious. There will be problem. Common sprinklers we don't have. But I was told that when the fire happened, KJTR fire hydrant came in handy. Were used, yes. Just that. I was in the morning when they came. After every 20 minutes, is that correct? That's what. However, yes. Because I spoke to someone. And that problem, I've been talking about it for over time. That if we feel the firefighting pumps, the 2 firefighting pumps in KETIA, are not up to what we need in KETIA. However, I am all for that. Let's bite the bullet. Let's all hands on deck. Let's get new ones, better ones. When about 2-3 years ago, when we were on Ghana Water, and the bill was between 200,000, 300,000, I felt like, what was it? Are we running a mortuary in KGT? What was it? At a point in time, we kept on begging management. It was I didn't care. Until I wrote a threatening letter to the mayor then that if they do not fix the water problem, if they do not get a borehole running in the next 2 weeks, we will lock out management. That was when everybody became serious. And before 2 weeks, the borehole was working. Mm-hmm. So I don't know why there are things that we could prevent. We know this is possible. Why don't we find solutions? Why don't we find precautions in place before it even happens? Because I watched some videos that the fire nearly got to their phase 2. Yes. Yeah. In fact, I heard one of my chairmen, do you know what happened to him? Mm-hmm. He had gone to, his shop was there, his chairman has helped him to evacuate all the things to the streets. Only for the fire to come and the things on the streets. Oh. Well, I have about 5 people who I'm so close to who were affected. Mm. Some of them have 3 shops, some of them 2. Everything gone. Liz. One woman, she deals in Printex. Everything. 3 shops. 3. Gone. Like that. Another woman, she sells Liz, veil material, Val materials and stuff. Everything gone. There's one man who was lamenting. He had gone in for a loan of 700,000 Ghana cedis. Imported wares, cleared the wares from the port, from the container, just packed them in the shops the previous day, the following morning. 700,000. Yeah. Loan. There's someone who sells hairs and sandals. And when you are talking to, for her, she has decided not to draw so much. So at times she laughs over it. She says it's not about 10 billion. It's not about, it's billions of cedis
Everything is gone.
So this 300,000
Alpha.
One shop grand.
When I hear them mention the figures, I said, Alpha, you see, if you get close to traders, then you know the amount of money they invest in their shops. When it happens like that, okay, we have this for you, have this for you. Yes, we thank them. At this point in time, yesterday when I was talking on one of the radios, I said, this time around, we're also begging the churches and the mosques, come to our help, come to our aid. If it were you, we will come to your aid. You call for harvest, you call for contribution for church members. This time around is the church members who have. So the churches should organize. At least every church should give us about $1 million. Every church.
Churches and mosques are not built to give, but they are built to receive. They usually give in
The God we worship is a giving God. I said the God we worship is a giving God. I am throwing a challenge to all the churches in Ghana. At least every church should give these blue light traders $1 million.
$1 million.
Yes.
Hey.
It's a challenge I'm throwing to the religious bodies. Both sides, the Muslims and the Christians.
They won't accept it for you.
After I'm throwing that challenge to them.
They won't accept.
If you are to be any of the churches, if you are to be any of the mosques, we will come to their aid. We will contribute to build it up. The Muslims around will say, okay, this has happened. Let's do contribution and go and fix it back. This time around, it is us, the church members, the Muslims, who have been affected. The traditionalists, the Buddhists, all of us have been affected. Come to our aid. Mentioning the Presby, Methodist, Roman Catholic, Pentecost, they should come to our aid. The one-man churches who have been boasting always, I have this, I have that, I have that. This time around, we need you. Come and boast for us to see that you've done this for us. And we will forever keep your name on our lips.
They won't do it. Someone said
you expect us to go and struggle to get back to our feet, and you want me to come and pay harvest.
A particular birthday celebration happened. That expenditure would take care of it.
Yeah.
That is Ghana out there.
No, it's about scanning media. It's about humanity. It's about humanity.
The money they give to one artist, you can think of like 3 shops. I'm telling you.
Isn't it 500?
Sure. Always so, bro.
But it's serious. It's serious. It's serious. In as much as we are talking about.
What do you make of the passion that went up between the regional minister and the Ghana Fire Service?
I spoke about this yesterday.
There's a statement that has been issued, an apology letter from Ghana Fire Service. Let me even share it. It says, the Honorable Regional Minister, Kumasi Ashanti Region, copy 2 years. Apology on comments by public relations team of the Ghana National Fire Service. 1. I refer to the uncomplimentary comments and remarks by a member of the public relations team of the service in the person of ADO1 Alex Kienati on recent fire outbreak at Edum in the Kumasi metropolis. On behalf of myself and the entire Ghana National Fire Service, we unreservedly extend our profound and sincerest regret for any unfortunate comments made against your good self and reputable office as the regional minister and chair of RECSEC, Ashanti Region. We appreciate your contribution, sacrifices, and untiring efforts that contributed to the operational response and management of this unfortunate fire incident. Kindly accept this apology and be informed of our profound and invaluable support towards the reduction of fire outbreaks in the region. This affirms my earlier discussion with you on this subject, and be assured that appropriate disciplinary measures shall be taken against the officer to avert the future occurrence of this unfortunate incident. Please count on our valued and compassionate support at all times. Respectfully submitted, sir. Daniela M. Nto Sapon, Acting Chief Fire Officer. Newly appointed, though. Let's put it in context. What do you make of it? I have my own thoughts about it, but let me hear you first.
I expect cool heads to reign in this issue. Whatever altercation happened between the regional minister and the firemen that very evening, for me, I tend to understand the two sides.
Yes.
The regional minister was coming from a position where he was putting himself in the shoes of
the
traders, which is so difficult.
Yeah.
And you see, any human being who find themselves in a certain corner where so discomforting, they react in a way that you will not, you will be surprised. Fire. And this is a regional minister who got up in the morning when he was going to bed the previous day, felt, oh, this morning I'll be meeting the president, we'll be going for this program at Inkaria, then I have my schedule, only for him to be called that there's a fire incident.
And had to stay there for long
hours. Had to stay there, had to go, come back in the afternoon, have to go, come back. And that's at 11 p.m., he was still there.
Yeah.
So you should also understand where he was coming from.
I think from the fire service perspective.
And then from the fire service too, they felt, no, okay. They are being challenged. They've also overstretched themselves. Yeah. What one of the officers said was that the fire service, Ghana Water has shut down the hydrant.
Yeah.
So there was no water.
They needed to go and refill at home.
I also felt they could have just explained to him that there's no fire, there's no water in the hydrant. So for him to say, oh, you bring the hydrant, come and quench this fire, you were not coming, you were also not telling me anything, only for you to be telling me, we are coming. I understand them. The two sides, you should be able to acknowledge where they were all coming from.
Yeah.
That's why I said I expect that cool heads to reign.
I think
but what the PRO...
even for the regional minister, on hindsight, given another opportunity, when similar thing happened, he may not react.
You will not react the same way. And at a point, I felt you were saying that if you have any problem, tell me, I am here. If it's the hydrant around KET that has been shut down, tell me. I could just make a call to the regional water manager.
I don't know. Yesterday I gave
this hydrant has been shut down.
I listened to them. I spoke to my sources at the Ghana Fire Service. They explained to me that, every particular job, they have their what they call standard procedure.
Sure.
They have protocols that they follow. He said that when a fire incident occurs, the first fire tender that gets to the scene is referred to as base pump.
Okay.
So what they do is that will not move, regardless of whatever happened. The expectation is that the other tenders that will come will give water supply to
the base,
so that there will be a continuous fire fighting. So that you don't have to now compete.
Then you are now have to fix things. So that has been fixed already.
So when you come,
they do offloading of your distance.
So there will be the fire. So he said that that's the reason why that fire.
That tender was stationed. So he couldn't move.
It was not moving.
Even though there was no water in it, it shouldn't move.
He said that now the other thing that they explained is that the fire tender could contain about 1,000 gallons of water.
Sure.
Depending on the pressure in the height of the fire.
Okay.
You need more pressure.
Yeah.
You can exhaust the water within 10 minutes.
Sure.
And that because they needed to go to Ahoju, get water and come back. You will get a situation where there will be no water at a point.
I get it.
So that was the explanation, and it made sense.
I get them.
So I don't know whether they didn't give him, or whether he felt the explanation, because at the point the regional minister said, explanation out of.
Yes.
So maybe he was
frustrated. The regional minister was frustrated. Yeah. And they also had genuine reasons why that car couldn't move. That's why I said we should allow cool heads to reign. Where I felt someone went overboard was the following day. The PRO for which they are writing the apology letter. The shouting doesn't. Master, if you've been in that position before, if you've been at leadership position where you realize that even though it's not directly affecting you, but your followers or your citizens are going through that trauma, that problem, you know how it feels like. That's why you told the fireman, your property is not here. If your property were to be here, you will understand the frustration everybody is going through. Because it affects everybody along the chain. Seriously, it affects everybody. This year, on 2 occasions. So now, even when my phone rings at dawn or midnight, and even my wife gets that, the first thing she says is that there's fire at KET here. Oh, that's the first thing she says. Because what it means that the next thing I'll do is that I'll get up, pick my car keys, I'm gone. Whatever happens, I am gone. At the end of the day, the fire is even not close to my shop, but I need to go.
Like it's too stressful.
However, it's not. And even being a leader, it's not that easy. In as much as it's not affecting you, you need to be there and make sure that you do whatever it is to help whoever has that problem to get solved. Yeah. So I understand from both sides. I feel yes, whatever apologies they've rendered, I'll plead to the regional minister to let go of.
I think they should relax on
the discipline. No, however, I realize that social media, people went digging about the very officers' comment he passed between 2014 2015, and they started connecting.
He had issues with I think it was okay.
We are politicizing everything. So they feel he passed those comments in 2014, 2015. And now in this time they are drawing linkage.
So if I'm experiencing doom so.
And that's how you've politicized almost everything in this country.
If I'm experiencing doom so I can't complain. So if you complain about doom so today, it means you are against this.
Oh sure. That's what politics has done to us these days. So I will plead with them. They should let cool heads reign. And I hope. I'm looking forward to. I'm not calling on only the churches, the political parties. I'm calling on them as well. Yesterday there was a program at Prempeh Assembly Hall.
Oh, we were there.
You were there. Yeah, we had an invitation, but we couldn't come.
We couldn't go
because I'm surprised. I'm surprised now. They recognize that we exist. After seriously, when they brought the invitation, I was surprised. That today MPP recognize that we exist.
Why? They used not to recognize.
Oh, last year during the election time, they said we don't have any locals. We don't have any.
Who said that?
Oh, the party, members of the party, the regional minister, the mayor. Oh, don't mind those people. They don't have any locals and stuff. So today you feel we have any locals. You think when you speak we have followers who will listen. So we should bring our followers and come and listen. Some of us, we think when you are in government, you treated us with a raw deal. It's not when you are in position that you want to rally my support, my energies to do a comeback. So if you want to do a comeback, I was engaged in other things.
Oh,
my executives as well were engaged in other things.
We were expecting you guys.
Yes, my executives were engaged in other things. Myself were engaged in other things. So frankly speaking, I was surprised when they bring the invite. Whoever signed the guy to bring the invite said no, he shouldn't mention her name. He should say it is the MPs. But it was the person who was supposed to organize the traders was a regional women organizer.
That's a regional.
She was supposed to organize it for the MPs.
The fair lady. Oh,
yes.
She's a regional.
Yes, she's the Nana Mampoma. That's a regional women organizer.
What's her name?
Nana Mampoma.
Okay, then maybe it's not her that I'm referring to. I saw
huge.
Okay, I see.
So I asked. So for me, I want to ask her, when the government was in power, when the MPP was in power, what did you see us as being worthy to meet us and explain things to us and tell us how much the government have allocated to Kumasi, how much to go into this project, how much to go into that project?
I see. But we'll have to leave it your final statement. The route that they want to create, do you think is necessary? And the other precautionary measures.
I know what I'm going to say. Some traders will find it very uncomfortable. But Alpha, the congested nature of blue light cannot be left to be the same. It shouldn't be left to be the same. It cannot be left to be the same. We should do something about it. If it's the access route for vehicular movement, even if not normal vehicular movement, for emergency movement of any vehicle, Alpha, it could be ambulance. You could need someone could need an ambulance just for maybe the next 5 minutes for the person to survive. Carrying the person might even be worse off. Ambulance or the fire service. Or even security services come to rescue. It could be maybe terrorists trying to.
But is it that when the siren is being blown, the traders don't, or it will take a long while for them to move and shift?
Yes. Oh no.
It's
but
like
once
sometimes the road is so narrow.
Alpha, don't make that mistake. If you allow a trader that you put some cloth here and sell 1 or 2 and then move it, you allow that trader. 2 weeks time you come, there'll be a small table. Oh, don't worry, when you come, I'll take it off. About 1 month, 2 months you come, there'll be a container.
Another person would.
Before you could say Jack, they've been a huge container, they've roofed it. So don't even try it. If it's a no, it's a no. If it's a no, it's a no. So if they will create the access route for emergency purposes,
the original minister said they would decongest. I'm sure you've heard it.
Yes, that's what decongestion. I've heard it several times. The last regional minister said, when we spoke about decongestion, he said, we're going to decongest. Where should I take them to?
And he said, when you looked at the plan, you saw them.
The planning, then you said, blah, blah, blah. Then you saw a whole lot of so what you came, there's a problem. Why don't you find solution to it? So for me, if you're going to do a decongestion, if you're going to do a decongestion, you put race course in somehow perfect shape, good shape for people to get there. Why not?
You can even get private investors if they want to.
Alpha.
You can engage you.
Alpha. The route. You just let a private investor do the routes. Yeah. And let another private investor do the inner lanes.
Yeah.
And any car that enters, even if it's 50% of one city, over some years, they will recover their investment.
Me about the state of Abinchi. That Abinchi 2 is.
Oh, I'm surprised you don't know the state of Abinchi. Abinchi has been demolished a long time ago. Why? So you ask all those. I understand it belong to a private family. They got a court, judgment, blah, blah.
Last I saw similar thing at Asafutu, or I'm mistaken. I saw somebody building something at Asafu that the people said they had issues with.
I don't know that's Asafu Market. They are building it back. That's when it's a contractor.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, you are talking about where the 2M Express used to load. Yeah. That's where they had a problem with the traders who were.
So Abinchi is now gone.
Oh, Abinchi is gone.
So if Abinchi is containing like 50 people,
you need to get a new place for them. Hey. As a Santasi Market off.
And also private developer.
I don't know whoever was doing it, and now it's a store project.
But you can't be demolishing markets in Kumasi.
Exactly.
It's time. Let's go. Tomorrow.
We hope for the best.
Hopefully. That's our show for now. Thank you very much for doing the listening. We streamed live on Facebook. Esther was behind the machine controlling affairs. You heard earlier from Fatau, Bayaga, and Bernard. My name has been Alpha Ali. Have a very good morning.
Who made this? Pack. I
want stand no sitting there. Give me my thing that you still keeping there. You know no say shut a while you no be stitching there. But you they do me make a do you no kicking there. You wait tell them say the money just come up with the use I got this.